So today we'll go through a stored procedure. Few people might be familiar with it. Stored procedure. So stored procedures. Can you people tell me what is a stored procedure? Hope few people might be familiar with it. You might have heard about it, right? So what are stored procedures? Okay. Like methods in Oracle. Methods in Oracle or Java. Like methods in Java, you mean to say? Yes. Okay, good. Yeah, they're similar to methods. So a stored procedure, basically you'll find that you'll have set of instructions in it. In a stored procedure, you can write set of SQL queries. You can call a stored procedure as a collection of queries, not just queries, but you can do more than that in stored procedure. So we got the support for conditional constructs, looping constructs, and all. Yeah. So let me show you people how a stored procedure looks like. Basically, it is also called as a routine. Routine, okay, subroutine or routine, people say. So I'm not going to discuss about it in detail, but definitely I'll brief you people um, because this is not a database class. So I know most of you people may not be familiar with the stored procedures. Just want to make sure that you people will be able to catch me or follow me what I'm discussing. So let me show you a stored procedure. Just a second. This is how your stored procedure looks like. So you see the way we got a method in Java. Similarly, you'll find that we can define a procedure in the database server as well. So for a procedure, you'll have a name. Oops, just a second, please. So please, people, just let me know if you have, if you hear me, if my volume is less. Okay. So sorry. Oops. A stored procedure, you see, you'll find that you'll have a name for it. So there is a stored procedure for it. There is a name for the stored procedure. See, the way for the methods we have a name, and generally for the methods you'll have input, you'll have parameters. What are parameters? You know, they represent the input values basically. Parameters, they represent input values, right? So similarly for the procedure also you'll have input parameters, but in the stored procedures you'll have one thing called as out parameters. Have something called as out parameters. Yes. So out parameter means basically it represents the result. You see, as of now, the procedure name here is check tags, and we got in parameter, which represents the input parameter. That means what value, input value the procedure takes. So that is described using this. In is a keyword, predefined word in Java. In PID int. What is PID? PID is that in parameter name. PID is basically in parameter name. Okay, and it is what type of parameter, even that is described here. Basically, it's a out parameter. Basically, it's a sorry, that's an integer type. I'm sorry, it is an integer type. See, it is an integer type here. Yes. So similarly, we got out parameter. So what is out parameter? Can someone tell me what is out parameter? Out parameter means it is nothing but, you see, the procedure, generally for the procedure there won't be any return type. So main difference between a procedure and a Java method, you'll find that generally a Java method, once it is finished execution, it may return a result, right? It may return some value. So what type of value the method returns, you know, that is described by the return type. Always a method, it can return a value, but it is not mandatory, it's optional. You know, here for the procedure you will not have any return value, but you will find that for the procedure will have a out parameter which represents the results. Okay, so once the procedure finishes execution, it will store that result in the out parameter, I can say. It will store the results in the out parameter, I can say. Yes. So hope you people got it. Yes. Okay, so here in our case We can declare our out parameter using this keyword out. It's predefined word followed by the parameter name. It's a message, and you see it is varchar type. So varchar means you know. So what do we mean by varchar? You people know that, right? So varchar means in Java it is equivalent to string. That's right. So equivalent to string in Java. Yeah. Okay. So now see, generally for a method you'll have a body, right? So always that left curly brackets, it indicates the beginning of the method body. Here for the procedure also you'll have a body or a definition. The right, sorry, this keyword begin, it represents it. The keyword begin basically represents the beginning of the procedure's body. For the procedure also you'll have a body. The keyword begin, it represents the procedure's body, I can say. Okay, yes. Next, you know, again, the procedure's ending, we it is represented using this end keyword. So this end keyword, it represents the ending of the procedure. Okay, it represents the ending of the procedure here. Fine. Now you see, within the procedure, we can write that instructions. So these are all the instructions between the begin and end. You see, you will find that we got all this instructions. So you see, declare is a keyword which we use to declare a variable, temporary variable. So if you want to declare a temporary variable inside the procedure, so we have to use this keyword declare. So it is what the variable name is price, and it is what type, float type. So the variable name is price, it is float type. Okay, yeah. Next, we got this select query. So select query which you got here. So it is trying to read a product price, and it is storing the product price into this price. What is price here in this query? What is it? What is it? Product price refers to the column name. Now what is this price? Basically, it's a temporary variable. Yes, it's a temporary variable which we have declared in line number 4. So, so what we are trying to do here? So in this query, so we are trying to read that column value, and we are storing it into this variable price from product. Product, what is product? It's a table where product ID is equal to PID. So that means depends now. So the user will be passing the product ID, so which is stored in the sin parameter. PID is what? It's an in parameter. Okay, it's an in parameter, I can say. Yes. So now you see, this is one additional facility. You can use conditional constructs, looping constructs, and all here in the procedures. They look similar to your conditions in out parameters. Okay. Yes. Okay. So we are checking that price which is fetched from that column. If it is greater than 50,000, then what we are doing? So you see in this statement, so we are trying to assign a value to that variable message. So where is this message variable declared? Where you got this message variable? Yes. Yes. So it's an out parameter. So the result, you see again, whenever you want to assign a value to a variable here, generally in Java we'll directly use that variable name and we'll assign that value to that variable. So that is how it works in Java. But here you see, so we use this keyword called a set. Set followed by the variable name and what value you want to assign to that variable. Okay. Yes. Next, you see if this condition fails, then we got else part which you can declare, which we can work with. You see set message equal to price. That's it. Okay. Now you see we'll end this if condition using end if statement here. So we'll end that if condition using end if statement. And this end up is for the procedure. That's it. Yep. Okay. Now how do we execute this procedure? So how do we execute this procedure? That is what you people need to know. So we have to execute the procedure this way. Call. We say we have to call the procedure. Call test dot procedure name check tags. So basically the procedure, the first parameter of that procedure, what is it? The first parameter of the procedure, what is it? It is in parameter. You have to pass some value, that is product ID. And the second parameter, say wish, we have to register an out parameter, I can say. Yes. Okay. So after we execute the procedure, what happens? That out parameter, that out parameter, that result will be stored. In the out parameter, the result will be stored. Right? So now we can print that result or read the result which is stored in that out parameter MSG. That's it. Okay, first we'll call the procedure. So it stores the result in the out parameter and we'll read that result here. That's it. So let's run this code. You see, it says price is not taxable. That means the product price whose ID is 101, it is less than 50,000. That's the reason why you'll get this message. Okay. Yep. Is it clear for you people how to execute a procedure? So any questions in this regard? Okay, so if it is clear, then I have a question for you people. Generally, we can achieve the same thing using Java as well, right? So from the Java, we can fetch that product price and check whether if it is greater than 50,000. If so, we can print a message that the, the product is taxable. Okay, so hope you people understood this point. So why do we use store procedure then? So what is the advantage of using a stored procedure? Can someone tell me? Fast access, okay. And what else? Okay, that's right. So Rupa says some logics which we need or some functionality can say which needs to be accessed by many applications can be done in database. Yes, yes. You see, for example, a particular database server, it might be accessed from many different applications. Now, you see, if we write that functionality in each application, say in each application, let's say Java application will define a method, and .NET will define a method, and PHP or Python will define a method, uh, you know, which has got the same functionality, let's say fetching some record from the database and processing it. It means you got some redundant code now across the applications. Instead of that, what you can do is such common functionalities which are needed across the applications, different applications. You can write it in a stored procedure, right? So we can write it in a stored procedure. So, and we can call that procedure from any application. So generally, almost all the applications they provide the support to call a procedure. So you will be able to do that. Yes. So, so hope you people got it. Yes. And can be tested independent of an application. Okay, fine. I'll give you one more requirement where you can go for stored procedures instead of defining methods using Java. Here, now I can say that sometimes you may need to fetch huge volumes of data from the database server and then process it. Sometimes you may need to fetch huge volumes of data from the database and you have to process it here on the application side. Okay. Yes. So that means you may need to move a lot of data and then process it on the Java side. Then process it on the Java side. So here you see, I can say it would be better to use stored procedure in this case. It would be better to use stored procedures in this case. Why do you think it is better to use a stored procedure? So when you have huge volumes of data to be moved into application, then process it on the application. See, in this case, instead of doing that, so it is better to use a stored procedure. Because, yes, what's the reason? You see, if we use a stored procedure, it resides in the database server itself. Now we don't need to move the data from the database to the Java application or some other application. Instead, using a stored procedure, we can read the data within the database server. So we don't need to move the data anywhere. Within the server, you'll read it, you'll process it using stored procedure and return the result to the application. So don't you think this would be more appropriate, right? So we can avoid the overhead of moving large data sets. Yes. Okay. So hope you people got it. So is it clear for you people? So can I have yes or no? Okay, good. So this is how we can use a stored procedure. Fine. But how do we call a stored procedure from Java? So my main intention is to show you people how to call a stored procedure from Java. Okay. So as a Java developer, so you need to know how to do this. Just a minute. So you say again, so if you want to call a stored procedure, then you can use JDBC API for this purpose. You can use JDBC API. Okay. Yes. So far, in order to execute a query, we have used an object from JDBC API. What was that? If you want to execute a query, so which object did we create? So we have used statement object or prepared statement object. So far, in order to execute a query, so we have used statement or prepared statement object. Yes. Now, in order to execute a stored procedure, so this time we will use a callable statement object. Okay, let's try to do that. We'll use a callable statement. So first of all, you see, you will follow the same approach, so which we did earlier. So first load the drivers, establish the connection. So all these things will be same. So once you're done creating the connection object, so you can use this connection object to obtain the prepared statement object. Okay. Yes. So prepare call is a method. Now we have to execute a query. What is it? The stored procedure call test dot check tags. We'll use bind parameters instead of hard coding values. So it returns prepare call method returns a callable statement object. It returns a callable statement object. Remember all this interfaces they are from java.sql package. So once you got this callable statement object, now you can execute it. So use execute update method for this. In the callable statement, you got execute update method, and once you're done executing the object, sorry, once you're done executing, see, you'll find that it will store that result in the callable statement object itself. Whatever the result, which you're going to get, that result will be stored in the callable statement object itself. Yes. Okay. Now let's read that result which is stored in that out parameter. So, but before that, actually, I'm sorry. Before we execute this callable statement, so we have to assign the value for that in parameter, right? Yes. So we didn't do that. So bind parameter. So set int of. So first at index 1 you have that in parameter. Say 101 or 102, whatever it is, and the bind parameter is at index 2 is out parameter, so we have to register out parameter, I can say. So index of out parameter is 2, we have to register out parameter. That means we have to specify it is what type. We have to specify it is what type. So it is what type varchar, this way. Okay. So this is what we need to do. Now, once you execute the query using execute update method, so you'll get the results, and the results are stored in that out parameter. So let's print that out parameter. Let's read that result. So that result will be in the out parameter. And what is the index of the out parameter? What is the index of that out parameter? It is 2, not 1. Out parameter index is 1, 2, not 1. Okay. So in the procedure, it is 2. That's it. So we'll print the result. That's it. So let's see. I'll run this code. Oops, there is some problem. Okay. Parameter number 2 is not an out parameter. It is 2 itself, right? starts with 0. It won't start with 0. For prepared statement, it starts with 0. Yeah, so it starts with 1 itself. Okay. Register out parameter 2. Call test.check tags. Okay, let me just execute it once again. Index starts with 1 itself. I'm not sure why it's compiling. Just a minute. Parameter number 2 is not an out parameter. It's an out parameter itself in the query. Oh, there is a typo mistake with this name. Check. 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 That's the problem. So now run this code. Yes, it says price is not taxable. So hope this is clear for you people. So any questions in this regard? Okay, good. So it will be easy, creating a stored procedure. So it won't be that difficult. Okay, let's see. So if you want to create a stored procedure, then all you need to do is I'll show you people. You see, in the test schema, so generally you'll have a schema, right? So under the schema you have tables, and you have a separate section called as stored procedures. So you can just select this one and right click on it. It says create stored procedure. So you have this option, create procedure. Then we can give the procedure name, your wish, whatever it is, sample proc. Okay, and now you can write the instructions here. You see, you got begin and end here. Yes. Now you can write the instructions. Once you are done writing the instructions, all you need to do is just click on apply, and again click on apply. That's it. So it will be compiled and it will be stored into the database server here. Now whenever you want, you can call that stored procedure. Whenever you want, you can call that stored procedure. Okay, that is how it works. Just a second, please. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yes. So this is how we can work with stored procedures. Sorry, guys. So I can't, uh, explain more about the stored procedures because this is non-Java stuff. But to some extent, hope now you people understood what a stored procedure is, how to call a stored procedure from the Java application and all. Hope that I've clarified it for you. So the next thing, what we need to do is the next big thing. So you need to learn web applications. But before I end this JDBC, let me tell you people. So soon in Enterprise Edition, so you're going to work with very good database schemas. Okay, so large scale database schemas, you'll find them like where we'll be using Hibernate for that. You know, so I'm not digging into the transactions, and multiple tables. As of now, we have only worked with one table. But in real, you'll find that you'll have more than one table and they will be associated. You'll have primary key, foreign keys, you'll have a schema where you can have more than one table, 10, 15, 20 tables. So how will you work with those tables, and transactions? How to manage transactions and all. So such things I'm going to talk about it in Hibernate. Okay. Yes. So I don't want to talk about them here in JDBC because in real-time projects most of the times we use frameworks like Hibernate or JPA is widely used. So if I'll be teaching you people Hibernate, so if you know Hibernate, I can say that 90% you also know JPA because both are based on the same concepts. Okay. Yes. So with this note, I'll stop this database stuff here. So as of now, it is enough. So again, we'll revisit it in Hibernate framework. Okay. Yes. Where we'll dig more into the details of database. Like we'll be working with multiple tables, associations, transactions, all such things, caching. Yep. So it will be more interesting over there. Fine. So let's move on. Where did we stop? I guess, yeah. Today, I'm going to just brief you people on the next important topic, that is enterprise editions, web application development. So in this training, so you're going to learn web application development to good extent, I can say, to very good extent. You will learn it because here, especially, you'll find that I'll be talking about Ajax, jQuery, AngularJS, uh, front end part also. Conventionally, when we talk about Java based web application development, so generally we only discuss about web application development with regard to the Java and its APIs. But you know, over the time we have changed this course content of web application development. So we have included JavaScript, Ajax, jQuery, AngularJS. Yes. So JSON. So all these things, though they are not Java technologies, but still, so you'll get some hands-on here in this training. Okay. Yes. So along with Java, you'll be using those technologies along with Java. Okay. Yes. So Java, why do we use Java? And why is any idea? Just is anyone familiar? So what is the role played by the Java here, and what is the role played by the the JavaScript, Ajax, jQuery, and AngularJS? Why do we use those things, those technologies, and why do we use Java here? Yes. So for dynamic data output, okay. I can say that simply Java is used on the server side for backend processing, for server side programming. You see, when a client places a request, it has to be processed, right? So DB interactions and all such things. Yes, security, everything, validations, authentications, most of the times authorizations. So they will be taken care by the Java application on the backend on the server side. Whereas on the client side, that is in the browser, you see your look and feel, your what is called as um, making the web pages dynamic, interactive. So all such things, you know, they are taken care by the this JavaScript, Ajax, jQuery, and all. Okay. Yes. Fine. So front end part is taken care by the JavaScript and jQuery and Ajax and so on. This is the backend. We use Java. So in web application development, so you'll come across, or we'll be using the servlet and JSP APIs to develop web applications. Apart from that, As I told you, people will be working with JavaScript, Ajax, jQuery, AngularJS. Okay, and I'll brief you people on CSS. Okay, don't worry. So I'll brief you people on HTML also. Yes, and we got web application frameworks as well, like Struts2, JSF, Spring MVC. So we'll see all type of support which you got for web application development in Java. So these are all the things which you'll come across. Maybe not at once. I don't teach everything at once. So, but in phases you'll do that. So first you'll learn servlets and JSPs. And then I may teach you people struts, then JSF or HTML, and later on after HTML, JavaScript, Ajax, and AngularJS, I may teach JSF. It depends. Okay, so not in this order what you're looking at. Yeah. First of all, before we start the web application development, I want you people to, you know, okay. Anyways, I guess everyone is familiar with web applications here. Yes, there is no doubt in that regard. So, what is a web application? Can you people tell me? An application runs on a web browser. Oh no, it won't run on a web browser, but you can say an application which can be accessed through the web browser. So basically, web applications they don't run on web browser; they run on web server. Okay, so we need a web server to execute a web application. Tarun says it's an interface where we can request something it will come out of or come out or show to us. Okay, fine. Okay, customer service software. Okay, so yeah, I do agree what you people said. I can say that a web application, especially, it is an application which can be accessed over the web or internet. So in order to access a web application, you need a web or internet. That is mandatory. Yes. And you will find that web applications basically they're hosted on web servers. They hosted on web servers, unlike your Java applications so far which you have executed. So what is needed for the Java applications? If you want to run a Java application or execute a Java application, what is needed? A Java application. You need a JVM. No, I'm talking about just Java application. So to run a Java application, you need a JVM, right? So, but if you want to run a web application, you need a web server. Okay. So web server is a special software I can say. So which we need to run the web applications. Yes. Okay. So now generally we have to endorse web applications. I can say we have to endorse web applications. Can you people tell me what type of services are provided by the web applications? Just list down what services you people have used. List down the services which you people have used. through the web applications. Television, okay, radio, news. I can say web applications basically they provide a lot of services nowadays. Yeah. So the list of services provided by the web applications is endless nowadays. Yeah, you see, I can say you can use it for mails, online shop, online banking, online reservations, right? As the people said, what else? News. You can take news and whatnot. I can say, okay, education. You see, even now you people are taking a kids course. Okay, I can say social networking,
Music.
Facebook. Example is Facebook. Social network means it includes Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp, everything. So nowadays I guess we can't imagine our day without a web application. Am I right? It's highly impossible to imagine a day without a web application. So they have become part and parcel of our life. Not only online banking, I can say insurance, trading. So we got many such services which are provided by web applications. Yes, right. So you see, these are the most predominant applications. I can say most predominant applications. Yes, most predominant applications. Okay. So now in Java, if you want to develop a web application, so you need servlet and JSP APIs. You might have heard about it, like people say we can develop web applications in Java without using the standard APIs like Servlet and JSP, but definitely I can say we will be using that no matter which framework in Java you use, like Strut, Spring, MVC, JSF, they're all based on Servlets and JSPs. So this is the fondas for you people, I can say. Yes. Okay. Yes. So when we talk about web applications, so there are various elements which you need to know regarding the web applications, like web servers, a web client, HTTP, HTML, JavaScript, and sorry. So these are all the things which you need to know. So I'll brief you people, but not today. So I'll do it in the next session. So what are all the essential elements which are needed in the web application development and how to work with them. So we'll introduce you people to this elements of web applications, and we'll straight away start development of web applications in the next class. Okay. Yes. So but before you come to the next class, if you got some time, go through web server, web client, and HTTP especially. And if you got some time, go through client server architecture. Client server architecture. So your web applications are basically based on client server architecture, I think so. Okay. That's it. So that's all for today. So we'll meet tomorrow and we'll start with web application development. Okay, fine. So I will add this JDBC code and all. Just try to make sure that you start practicing it. So did you people start working with JDBC and databases? So I gave you the server softwares and the DB records. Hope you have gone through the DB records as well. And did you people start it? Please do that, because in the web applications again, so I'm going to use JDBC. Okay, yes. Hey Singh, you said you'll call me tomorrow, today morning, right? So you didn't call me. Okay, so if you got any doubts, you know, all of you, so I will be available after 8:30 a.m. Indian time every day. Okay, so if you got any doubts or questions, you can call me after this time, 8:30 a.m. Indian time. I'll be in touch with you people, so you can just call me on this number. Okay, fine. So from now on, everyone, no issues. If you got any sort of doubts, any sort of issues, whether it is small or big, related to Java, related to practice, you can call me. I'll be available after 8:30 a.m. Indian time. Okay, but it is always better to give me a prior notice before you call me. Okay, just drop me a mail or something like that. Or else you can just message me in WhatsApp. So that I'll be prepared. Okay, not for you, not for any topic, but generally, you know, otherwise sometimes I give the time to someone else. So maybe I'll be busy uh, working with some other issues with of related to some other students. Okay, fine. Just do this. Okay, fine. So just avail this opportunity. So I'll be available. Make sure that you practice it. If you got any issues or doubts, just call me. Okay. Yeah. Thank. That's it. Okay then. Thank you all. Bye bye.